Hello and welcome to another exciting drum-filled episode of Take the Fear Out of the Gear with me, Mr. Chumley Warner.
And me, Jason Bangers. And today, ladies and gentlemen, tubers and groovers, we are looking at the Korg S3. And this thing here is very familiar to me. I remember these, and I remember the other accompaniments that went with them. So
this is Korg's black sheep of the family, shall we say? It's the weird one.
Yeah.
And this is a drum machine that actually failed. A bit of history for you. Obviously, everyone knows the Korg M1 keyboard.
Yeah.
And this was derived from the Korg M1 because at the time, I think the Korg M1 came out and it just took over the world. It was like, that was the one. It's been on loads of records. And obviously Korg had their head in the clouds and thought, tell you what, we'll do a drum machine and we'll take over the world with a drum machine. But unfortunately, crashed and burned.
Now there's many reasons why they did, but I'll tell you one of them is these buttons for a start, right? These are horrible. You can't see them there, but we're going to get some B-roll footage of them in a minute. You'll be able to see them, but they are horrible. I mean, you can hear them on the camera. Listen to this. They are horrible. I mean, so if you want to play something in manually, it's very unpleasant to do. But, however, though, I've got to say, I think the sounds are pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's got some good sounds in. So, that's one thing. And the main thing to say about it, we'll cover some stuff in stats, but the main thing where Korg made the biggest mistake was, what we worked out was, if you had a Korg M1, and obviously it's got a sequencer and everything on it, and if you were like an expert
on the algorithms
and doing the sequencer on your M1, you'd probably take to the S3 like a fish out of water.
A duck to water, you mean?
Yeah.
You'd be familiar with it, you're saying?
Yeah. You know how it works.
You take to it like a duck of water.
However, if you don't know how to program the M1 sequencer or you're not familiar with it, this is a nightmare. It doesn't work like a normal drum machine.
Now, I've never tried to program it, so is it complicated or does it just not make sense?
Both.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever programmed anything on it. You'd have to delve into the manual. It's a completely new set of rules to try and program this thing.
There is a video on YouTube already. There's hundreds of them, but there's one chap on there who we watch, and he said, "I'm ashamed to say that this beat I'm about to play you took me over 2 days, or around about 2 days, to learn how to program this damn thing or how to work it."
Yeah,
that says something, doesn't it?
Well, if you've seen our Boss DR880, it's just like you're straight on it. It's so easy. So if you're looking for a vintage drum machine that's easy to program, this is not the one for you. It's a bit of a headache unless you like delving into the manuals and the menus.
But if you're looking for some stats, it's time for...
It's that time. Chumley Stats.
It's that time, Mr. Chumley.
It is that time yet again.
Chumley Stats, ladies and gentlemen, which we all look forward to very much. Come on then, let's get into the nitty-gritty.
The excitement builds. Right, so... Any idea? This came out a couple of years after the Korg M1. So what would you say the year on this was?
Oh, I haven't got a clue. 89.
Well, I'll give you 1 point for 89.
Okay.
Apparently, Korg, it wasn't available in the shops, but they released the information in 89.
Ah.
So they put out the promo stuff in 89.
So it came out in the 90s then.
1991, and you could get it from the shops.
Right, okay.
So
next thing is how much? I'm going to say...
Let me give you a clue.
Go on.
It's a good job we're sitting down.
Oh, Christ, really?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say £250 to £300.
899.
Holy crap. Jeez, can you imagine if you'd spent all that money, nearly a bag of sand, and then you got home and couldn't program the thing?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I was gobsmacked when I found £899, so that would be like $1,200, $1,300, maybe more than that. And to be fair, if you I can't remember how much M1s were at the time, but you'd almost be better spending extra money and just buying the M1 with your sequencer and your drum sounds in it.
In it.
Yeah.
So the next stat then, old boy, what's on the stats?
Well, if we're going on prices, so $899, that's just outrageous.
Even today, that's a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah,
back in 1992, that's like equivalent of $2,500-3,000 today.
It was a very expensive piece of kit. Yeah, what can you say? It will be a steep learning curve. If you mastered it, it can produce some amazing stuff. But it's I don't like things where you know it's just too much to get going straight away.
No.
So on price then, how much do you reckon you pay for one now? Then we'll go on that.
Oh, second hand.
Yeah.
Oh, 150 quid. I'm going to go. Yeah.
I think maybe 200 to 300.
Really?
Yeah, because they're pretty rare. Because I don't think there's that many around.
Okay.
So,
well, I know zilch about them. I remember them.
So let's do some stats then. So what have you got then? Let's have a look. So it's got an 8-track sequencer in. That's the programming bit, just like the M1. That's why you can't program it like a normal drum machine. It's got digital effects.
I noticed it had some really nice delays on there when we was playing around with it earlier on.
So you got 28 digital effects. Amazing.
They are good.
For your complete nerds, it's got SMPTE.
Uh-huh.
And if you don't know what SMPTE is, it's like the time code. You can get it to talk to your tape machine or whatever you're using at the time. So it's bizarre.
Does it read and generate, or just read?
Both.
Good.
And I think it's got MIDI time code as well, so you can sync it on that as well. It's got card slots in the back, so you could actually. There was 3 cards available, 3 ROM cards. Let's have a look. There was dance, jazz, and instrumentals. So that added more sounds. And you've got a RAM card as well, so you could, if you had one of those, you could save your sequences.
Like a bit of RAM, tubers.
That's it. And then, so it had 75 samples built in, and then obviously with the cards you could add more sounds. Let's have a look. There was 10 factory kits. It's got 12.
10.
I guess you can program your own as well.
Woo, today we have like 500,000 and whatnots, but 10, I suppose, and back then, and you could tweak those, I guess.
Yeah, because you can. It's just with the effects, and you can put the pictures up and down and create these amazing things.
If you know how to do it.
That's it. And then you've got 12 voices polyphony, so you can have 12 things going at once. You got let's have a look, 128 preset patterns, 128 patterns you can program yourself, and it's 16-bit. Effects in it, so it had quite a nice effects engine.
The effects are good. Like I said, we was playing something earlier on, and the effects sounded really, the delay was wonderful, wasn't it? I was hitting the snare and it was bat, 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 and it was like, we got a PA in there, a speaker there and one behind us, and it was doing nothing because they're wired in mono. Just thought I'd get you on that one, but even so, still sounded good.
It does sound amazing. So you got all your connections on the back here. You got your MIDI, you got your SMPTE, you got foot switches, you got your RAM and ROM slots. It's got a nice backlit display, same as the M1. It's got like the data here, data wheel, and
it's dot matrix. It's okay.
It's backlit, and it's got all the same buttons as the M1. So if you got an M1 and you want to make a collection of stuff like that. There you go.
What I don't like about with this particular screen is it's so reflective that it's bloody hard to see what it says on there.
It's Korg's weirdest drum machine.
That's why we're showing it there, because it's the one that almost broke the bank, isn't it?
Yeah, you either love them or hate them. I suppose a good way of using it was just use your normal DAW, whatever you use, Reason or Ableton or whatever. Plug it in via MIDI and you got so much easier control, because like when you were hitting the pads earlier, it's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it, apart from the noise.
There's nothing wrong with the sounds. I mean, them toms are okay, but the buttons are crap. Look, I'm trying to play a triple on it as 9. I guess the sensitivity needs to be brought up, and then I just can't, I can't. I find it very hard to play.
Okay, that must be one of the most expensive drum machines from the 90s. Good on you, Korg.
What we're going to do, we're going to leave you with some demo footage, and we're out of here, guys. So take the fear out of the gear. It's goodbye from me, Jason Bangers.
And it's goodbye from me, Mr. Chumley Warner.
Please subscribe, hit the bell,
like,
share,
tell all your friends.
We'll see you on the next one, guys. We love you loads. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye bye.